All right, what's going on, everybody? As we jump up, Clint's got an empty seat right there. Way to start the show, Clint. You didn't get back. Look at him in all his glory. What's going on,
Save first
everybody?
for
What?
last.
I know it. I know it. Welcome to the live well this Tuesday night here at Fish North Georgia. Appreciate you guys joining us, and we hope you had a good weekend and a good Monday, and I guess enjoyed some of the rain today. I don't know, whatever you did. See all you guys out there in the comment section. What's going on? Got a great episode. So we have Damian Szlactha. Did I get it right this time? Szlactha.
Close enough. Close enough. Closer than most.
Rip it for us. What's what?
Schlachta.
Szlactha.
Schlockta.
Schlockta.
Yes, sir.
Schlocked up on a
Schlockta.
biggin.
DS Bass Guy, but you guys know him. You follow his social media and all that. So we're going to talk about, I guess, going into the summertime bite, talk about some of his tournaments, what he's had going on, and of course, answer all your questions and all that. Also, too, tonight we got our members only giveaway for the month of May because I'm late. So here's what you're going to win tonight: a battery charger, 40 amp, 4-bank charger, onboard charger. So if you can see that. So if your name gets drawn out of the hat, I hope like hell you're close because that thing's going to cost a lot to ship. But anyway, that's what you're going to win tonight. So before we get talking, let's go ahead and hit some of the announcements. Now, Saturday, all right, Lake Notley. You guys come up and fish with us. Fish is a Hope. This is at the Deaver Boat Ramp. We're doing this for the Holbrook family. Mr. Holbrook unfortunately passed away, and so we are going to kind of help Mrs. Holbrook out during this rough time. And so we want you guys to come out and fish. You can contact Tony Watkins, 706-897-7557. And me and Robleski is going to take all your pride anyway. So, but come on out. You might have a chance. And then not this weekend, but next weekend, Father's Day weekend, we got the Georgia Outdoor Festival and Expo. That's June 20th and 21st at Cherokee Veterans Park. That's from 12 to 6 each day. That is off Highway 20. It's really nice. One of the newer parks Cherokee County's got. It's put on by the Cherokee County Park and Rec. Black Sheep Promotions. We will be there. And again, it's free. Live music, food vendors, outdoor gear experiences, guest speakers, seminars. It's going to be a good time. And it's going to be better for you than getting the tie that you normally get, right? And then I'll go ahead and throw this one out there. You guys all know about our buddy John Wilson and what had happened in his family and all that. So August 1st, Fish is a Hope and us here at Fish North Georgia, we're going to put a tournament out of War Hill on Lake Lanier for Mr. Wilson to help him out with the expenses and all that and just to show some love. So if you want to pre-register for that, you can hit Tony Watkins again, 706-897-7557, or Ryan Sheffield, 706-429-2010. And want to throw one more thing there out there from spro.com. I've got this wicked weather gear, guys. That's the best stuff I've ever owned. They got it on sale right now. So go to spro.com, check that out. That's some legit stuff for sure. See everybody over there in the comment section. And Buddy Gross retired today. That's a little. Did you know that?
I saw that. That's crazy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it just came out a couple hours ago. I just saw the Bassmaster post, but they didn't give a reason why. So I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. But there's three tournaments left. So kind of interesting. You never know what's going on. I'm sure there's a good reason for it.
For sure. And Buddy's such a good dude, man. And he's had a tough couple of seasons. I don't know the backstory at all on why he retired when he did, but all I do know is he's a really good dude, and we should all be there for him and help support him and lift him up. It's got to be hard to turn your back to what his fishing career. So everybody go lift him up in the comments. Go
Absolutely.
Instead of asking him, hey, why? Just be like, hey, man, we're here for you for whatever the journey is.
For sure. And he's one of Trent's guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Over at Sonar Pros.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Trent talks highly of him and everything. So we'll find out, but it still was kind of a shock that it just came across the wire, so to speak.
Yeah. Maybe we have him on the show in like a month or two, let things settle down.
For sure. Also, too, before we get started, I just want to say shout out to the group up at the Tackle Barn Outdoors up in Adairsville. I went up there today and spent some time with Flip, Jamie, and the mullet angler, Daniel himself. Great little shop up there. And, of course, they also, Fishco goes out of there as well. So they got a lot of things going on up there. It was really impressive. And I had a good time meeting them and spending a couple hours shooting a bull. So if you're up there in the Adairsville area, go check them out. You won't be disappointed in all that. So with that, now let's bring in the guest, the man of the moment tonight, Damian and all that. What you been up to, dude?
Dude, not a lot. Just on the water a lot lately. Been fishing the opens, been guiding a lot, and a couple days a week I'm in at Tackle Warehouse, so it's nice, seeing everybody in the fishing community come in and talk fishing. So,
Oh yeah, I like stopping by there when I get down there to see you guys. I always have a good time coming in there. Again, okay, how about this comment right here? Patricia Leanne Shaw says knee problems, but he's still going to fish the NPFL. So we'll see. We'll see.
I give him some time to heal up before Logan
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah, for sure. Clayton wants to know, the question's coming right here quick. Any juice for Jackson Lake? I don't have any. How about any of you guys?
never even been.
Is that south? That's down south, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw a koiki or something like that. That's what everybody else is throwing. I'm sure.
Go searching with the urchin.
Searching with the urchin. I'm sure Damian's thrown a few of those. Before we get talking about summertime bass and all that, let's talk about your tournaments and all that. How's that going? Throw out some of the lakes you fished.
It's going good. So this is my first year fishing a full season of opens. And it's been an awesome experience. I traveled with a great group of guys. Brooks Anderson, Chase Carey, Dylan Akins, Bryson Osteen, all great guys. But the first one of the year was on the Kissimmee chain, which I've never been down there. I've never even fished Florida before, bass fish Florida, that is. Been saltwater, whatever. And that was – so 2 of the 4 opens are no scope, and Kissimmee was one of them, and Lake Norman, which we just had a month ago, was one of them. But so Kissimmee was a learning experience all throughout. Practice was like 38 degrees in the morning, which for Florida, that's freezing cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it was real warm the week before, so it threw a lot of things off. I went in expecting that it was going to be tough just because of the conditions. It's just what I've read about, I talked to people. So, practice went okay. I didn't get a ton of keeper bites, and I think I ended up in like 87th out of like 190. I had my limit day 2. Day 1, I only had 4 fish. Small limit, but really cool lake. I really enjoy fishing grass and stuff. It was a nice change of scenery from Lake Lanier.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing herring eaters and stuff like that, just getting up in the dirt and flipping reeds and Kissimmee grass and whatever. So that was a really cool event. And then the next one we had was on Lake Eufaula, Alabama, which I only fished once before. I fished a BFL and I didn't do too hot there. But that was our first scope one of the year. So I traveled with the guys again, and we stayed on the lake. It was really cool place to stay. It was like right at Lake Point there. Those cottages or cabins right on the water.
Mm-hmm.
And practice went pretty well. I caught a majority of my fish in practice on a koiki, believe it or not. Caught a really big bag one day practice, almost 25 pounds. Just completely different from the other Eufaula I experienced the year before. They were firing pretty good, but as the opens go along and practice progresses and 200 guys beat these fish to death, they get used to seeing stuff, and it gets a lot tougher. So day 1, I did all right. I was sitting in like 25th. I had almost 17 pounds. And then day 2, I just stumbled a little bit. I ran my brush. I knew it was going to be tougher day 2 because I ran a lot of my brush day 1 and it didn't really produce. And one of my bigger fish from day 1 came off a bed. So there were like 3 more with it. Went there day 2 after my brush fish in the morning didn't pan out. There was a little bit of a shad spawn going on. The water was low, like pretty dang low from when practice began. And if a lot of you guys know, like Eufaula, once that water drops below, normal pool, that shallow bite basically dies.
Right.
So I ran a lot of brush, and a lot of the shad were actually spawning out on that brush, but it was so unbelievably thick, you wouldn't even know there was a brush pile there. You just thought it was a cloud of bait. So didn't really pan out day 2, and I think I only had 3 for 6.5 pounds, and it was blowing like heck. I went to where my bedfish were, couldn't see them. It was right on a windblown point, and they were deeper, like 5 foot or so, and just didn't go as great. And then the next one we had was Lake Norman in North Carolina, which
Yeah.
I was looking forward to as a no scope one, and practice was a little tough. I caught some, decent spots for there, 2.5 pounders, which, you say that, but Lake Lanier, that's nothing,
Right. Yeah.
So it was a tough practice, and I found like one area way up the river, almost to the last bridge before it really chokes up after the marina, way up there, and I had like 2 3-pounders on a mag draft, and I'm like, I'm just gonna run there. So I ended up catching 14 pounds up that way, and that had me in 20 something after day one. I think it was like 26 or 28, and then day two I caught like 12 and a half. So that was my first opens check, which was pretty cool.
There you go.
So next one, right now I'm sitting inside the top 50 for the EQ points, and really looking forward to Lake Erie. That's the last one, and it's one we can live scope in. So
yeah.
Well,
go. I was going to say, for those that don't know, he is a transplant down here to the south and all that. So that, you're from Pennsylvania, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. So, you're going to get back up there on them smallmouth and those northern lakes. That's your wheelhouse, dude.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. Love the Great Lakes. I don't really have that much experience on Lake Erie. It sets up a little bit different from Ontario, but a smallmouth is a smallmouth. I'm just looking forward to chasing them around in open water. So
yeah, well, and as you start your journey, you got to learn all these lakes, and there's going to be some struggles. But as long as you keep positive attitude and learn something, next time you're there, you've got it in the bank, right there and all that. So I think it's pretty cool that you're following your dream and all that. Real quick, hey, Tackle Barn jumped on right there, Buddy. He's a great guy. Just retiring from the elite, still fishing the NPFL. I wonder how the Bassmaster feels about that, but maybe we'll find out one day. Any juice for Blue Ridge? We'll get back on your tournaments, but I don't want to get too far behind in the comments. I mean, Blue Ridge is going to fish like something similar to Lanier, and I would say all that. Your Highland Reservoir bite, wouldn't you think spots are going to start? It's getting warmer. They're going to move out onto the brush, maybe shallow water early, top water all day if it's right. I mean, what would you throw tomorrow, Clint?
I'd be throwing top water and a glide bait and cranking a lot.
And a glide bait. Do you throw glide baits, Damian?
Yeah, actually, I didn't throw them a ton before. I've thrown them a bit, but I've sort of got a little bug for it now. After Lake Norman, I caught every single fish in that event on a glide.
Really?
And I meant leg for it.
Well, I meant to ask you, Clint. Don't you fish that lake a lot, right?
Yeah, I grew up on Norman. I haven't been back since the college tournament where it was like 3 degrees.
It gets
but it's been a while. But yeah, I mean, Norman was the home lake for first 10 years of my life.
Gotcha. Atlanta Outdoors. Hey, he's been hitting them on the jig lately. Got a new arc jig rod. Definitely feel more bites. They got some quality rods. They definitely got some good ones. Appreciate the Brave score. As always, you guys know that I'm concentrating on you guys tonight because I love you, not watching my Braves. So keep me updated on that. 2-0 Braves, bottom of the second. I like that. Patricia always has the greatest comments. UFC at the White House on the 14th on Paramount. So if you want to watch guys beat the crap out of each other, there you go. Now, I know why you're getting this question. Because I believe it was, did you win the no wake was that at Carter's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you won that tournament. So if you were fishing a tournament on Carter's tomorrow, what bite would you look for and what bait would you start with?
I would probably start with probably a fluke, probably a 5-inch fluke, just a normal salty super fluke, and I'd be checking any points and humps. There's very little. There's some brush on Carter's. There's not a ton, but you can find them floating around at least off the points. Not necessarily like Lanier where you'll find them on brush a lot, schooled up. A lot of these fish are just open water fish, and you can just pull up to areas like that where it'll hold them.
Now, does that water up there stay colder? I've never fished it in summertime.
Not really. It gets pretty warm too.
Okay.
I think because that's a pump back lake, so it's always kind of moving. I don't know if the cold has time to set up on that, but that's one of those lakes when we talk about it. One of two things: guys love it, guys hate it, and more guys hate it. They'll go fish it, but they hate it. But yeah, so I mean, now when you say fluke, are we throwing the chartreuse colors and all that that's hot right now?
That's all. That's all I'd throw.
Which one are you throwing the most?
Um, Usually the Zoom Super Fluke.
Mm-hmm.
If the fish are a little deeper or they're a little more active, they want a little quicker, I'll throw a D Shad, the Yamamoto D Shad and Glow Stick. That's their version of chartreuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit heavier, a lot more salt, so it sinks a lot faster. You can work it a lot quicker to keep it up, and it won't really blow out as much as a normal Zoom Super Fluke would.
How you rig it?
Just a 4-aught EWG or like
EWG.
a Gamakatsu round bend. That's what I throw.
What are you throwing it on?
I throw it on uh, it's a Dobbin 733 Champion XP. It's a medium fast. 730. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Robert. Now, Robert, aren't you from Pennsylvania too? I know you from one of them states up that way. He said school's moving, practice early helps. The spots you thought they were that they were at had moved. Weather matters, and for sure, 100%. Charles says electric boat tournaments. Any information on high falls this time of year? You don't want to ask me that because I hate high falls. Um, it's one of those lakes that's just yeah, no, that's not me. I would say that's more of a largemouth lake. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Considering I never caught fish there, I couldn't tell you. Jeff, I actually thought about you when he said glide. For some reason, you popped right into my head because I didn't see in the comment sections, but it absolutely brought you out. I always have a glide or six on the front deck. And I don't know why you're scared, dude, to go chase snakes when you're driving around in that boat at 100 miles an hour. Uh, yeah, he made that comment. I'm not going hunting snakes in Puerto Rico. I'm like, yeah, but you're crazy. You're crazy enough to do it. And so we can catch up. The Lab Series finesse worm on a drop shot has been my working real good for me lately. Yeah, for sure. You know, where have you been spending most time with your guiding? Is that on Lanier?
Yeah, Lanier.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about Lanier a little bit, and pretty much what we talk about is going to translate to most of these lakes around here, these reservoirs. You're just not going to catch as big spots and all that. What are the spots doing right now? What are you seeing on the water?
I would say that they're in their full swing summer patterns. They're grouped up real well. They're schooling. They're sitting high a lot of times over brush, and they're absolutely throttling top water or a fluke like no tomorrow. If you don't have both of those tied on, you're doing it wrong. Not to say you can't catch them on a lot of other things. I caught a couple on a glide the other day. Caught some on a jig, a drop shot, but those two are definitely the main ways we've been catching them, and definitely the most fun, especially when you're guiding. Like there's nothing like watching them beach ball a OG or a skimmer or chug bug.
So if you had to pick your top three top water baits, that's not, and I consider a fluke a top water because you're right there. Take the fluke out of the equation. What are the three main top waters you got tied on right now?
Lately, like a chug bug or an e-pop, either one of those two, I'll count them as one. Just like a popping bait. Chrome, of course. A riser has been playing a lot lately, which last year didn't really play that well for me. I don't know about you guys.
No, it really wasn't a good riser year last year.
It was weird, but what I did notice this year with the risers, they're still spitting up a lot of really small bait, so it could be what they're keyed in on. And I mean, you can see them blowing herring out of the water too. They're eating it all right now. So I'd say a chug bug, e-pop, riser, and we've caught them on an OG pretty well so far this year over a skimmer. So
I got you. Now, you both said riser was bad last year. Do you think it's because of what you said, the size of the bait maybe last year? I mean, what makes a bad year for a bait?
I don't know, man.
Just what needed. Sometimes, like, it's a bad year for a minnow these days, I feel like.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Well, you think that's because they've seen 18 billion of them?
I guess.
I don't know.
But like last year was the year of the fluke, and that still continued this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silverpunk says, heck yeah, I love the chug bug right there for sure.
Chug bug is sneaky, and like everybody from around here talks about it, but still not enough people like actually know about it, I feel like.
Right. Robert said a freeloader, a chatterbait, skid pop by Rapala, if that's the way you like to say it. How do the northern people say it, Damian?
Rapala.
So that's what I say. Nobody tells me I'm wrong. Poppers in schools with a white feather. Absolutely, I get that too. Um, so is this an all-day bite, this topwater bite that you're experiencing, or are we going through like stages?
Yeah. So first thing in the morning, it has been best over the last like week or two. I would definitely say first thing in the morning, and it can sort of slow down a little towards the afternoon, especially on really calm and sunny days, where they can just see really well and can key in on and just watch it. Um, but if you get cloud cover or any bit of wind, that makes the world of difference out there more times than not. Not going to say it's a solve all to them, coming up every time, because there's plenty of cloudy days where they don't. But I would say morning has been best, and it's an all day thing. It turns into more of a timing thing where the morning you can run around that first hour, and it's just mayhem.
Do you think the weather that we've been having lately has kind of helped the topwater bite, not getting really, really hot?
Yeah, yeah, I really think it has. I think it's been keeping the fish a little higher in the water too. A lot of oxygenated water flowing in, and it's good to see the lake come up a little bit for sure.
I haven't even driven over it lately. How far up is it?
Uh, it came up about a foot and a half since I left like last week for my sister's graduation,
Hmm.
and came back, and it was a foot and a half higher from 5 days before I came back.
We got any
Wow.
we got any stain on the water out there at all, or is it still super clear? Because it's been like wickedly clear this
Yeah,
year.
it's pretty clean out on the main lake. When you get into like the back of some creeks, it's still clean, like Big Creek or Flowery Branch is pretty clean. Now, if you go in the back of Baldridge, it is nasty. It's dirty,
Oh yeah.
and which stinks because it's a really productive creek this year, especially for me. And they can't really key in and see your stuff too well right now. It's so dirty. So I haven't been in there in a minute. It's probably been 3 or 4 days.
Gotcha. All right. Silverpunk says like I guess he's echoing you. The minnow hasn't been producing for me lately, and Robert said they got 3 days of rain coming. Yeah, I mean it feels like it's been raining here for 3 weeks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um, I was out in North Carolina. That's why Clinton and them were doing it. I was in North Carolina the week before. It rained every single day. Down in PCB last week, it rained the days I was down there. It's like I can't escape it. Our buddy Andy Anderson, old Brooks' dad, wants to know, Damien, are the fish on Lanier the smartest that you have ever found?
By far, no question.
Yes,
I got my
yes.
buddies up north ask me all the time, and I've had a few come down, and they're like, "Dude, this place is absolutely absurd. Like how smart these fish are."
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that really compares to them, other than Lake Ontario fish are pretty dang smart. Smallmouth up there can be really hard to trick, but these fish are double, triple of what they are to get to bite.
And I think the frequency that you see fish, because I swear every point you put your trolling motor down, you see a school of good ones.
Yeah,
And it's like, there's not a lot of places that you can put your trolling motor down on a point and actually see fish every
yeah,
time and
But
get them to interact almost every time too.
yeah, but they're smart, but yet they're very aggressive. I mean, people are catching them.
It's
So
like that crazy hot chick at the bar. I mean,
I don't know
she,
nothing about that.
she's just like super crazy, and then you just like piss her off,
Yeah.
and then she's either gonna kick you out, get you arrested, or she's gonna go home with you. It's either way.
All
So
right.
then that's yeah.
Fish North Georgia dating advice from Cletus. It's a new
I'm talking
segment.
about hooking into some thick old green ones.
Yeah, you're talking about something right there. I know that, but we'll start doing a new segment every Tuesday night, Life with Cletus,
Oh
and
yeah,
you can give all of us old guys a young man's advice, right there. So we'll
I
see if
like
it.
it.
Ever thrown a Amakatsu twitch?
I have not thrown that. I've looked at so many. I look at them all the time at Tackle Warehouse. That's a good thing about working about out that there is that you just see something, you can go pull it out and look at it and whatever it's other than looking at a picture on the website.
Right.
So I played with the thing a lot in the shop, but I've never actually thrown it. But looks pretty good.
Well, let me ask
Something
you
I gotta
this.
try.
Yeah, what's moving at Tackle Warehouse right now? What are the hot baits?
Um, every 15 minutes, people come in asking for koi keys.
Hmm.
which you guys don't gotta because it says we're not supposed to get them till August 4th. So
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
be waiting a little bit. But that and definitely like a fluke big time right now, and top water a lot lately. Risers have been flying out the door, so people definitely know about it.
So let me ask you: the average guy comes in, he says, we're talking about the koi keys, the urchins, and all that stuff. How many of them ask you advice on how to rig the damn thing? Come on, tell me. I mean, how many of them are like, what do I do with this?
One, almost every single one.
And what do you tell
them? Nail weight and a treble.
You like the treble?
I do. It's grown on me. I like it on a 17 and I like it on a full cast. I don't like it on a 13. I throw a single hook on that guy, and we can get into rigging if you want. I don't care. I'll share it. It used to be a secret. We started throwing it on Lanier and smoking them on it back in, it was like April of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So over a year ago. And then cat sort of got let out of the bag, later that fall, and guys started really throwing it this year and over the winter time. But the early stages of it on Lanier were absolutely insane. You could pull up to a brush pile and catch 4-pounders out of it. Same pile. It was unbelievable. It's definitely not the same anymore, but.
Okay. Well, you said you could share it then. How are we rigging the thing?
Yeah. So at this point, I think I used to keep it a secret, but Koiki's like a shaky head to me now. So with a 13, what I do is I'll get myself a pack of they're Gamakatsu stinger hooks, but they have a little wire keeper welded onto them. I forget the exact name. It's the Nano Alpha one, the green pack, little flat green pack. And I get the Ryugi wobble heads. They make them in like 1/8 ounce, 3/16, quarter, 3/8, whatever. And it's got a little insert you can put the hook onto. And with the 13, I'll put the hook on the wobble head, whatever size, however deep I'm fishing. Usually I'll probably throw like a 3/16 or a quarter. And I'll slide the 13 up onto that hook through the little hole in the bait that the post goes through in the box. And I'll slide that over that wire keeper on that hook and then just shake it like a minnow.
Is anybody, this popped into my mind while you were talking, and I don't know why in the hell it got there, but it's there. We dip everything in chartreuse or do things like that. Is anybody dipping these tentacles or anything like that on these koikis or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Clint, you're being awful quiet.
I just bought a chartreuse one in Texas, actually.
Well, I mean, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, people are going to start modifying them, just to try to get some kind of advantage or secret or whatever. Because I was sitting there thinking, and again, I don't throw them hardly often, but I was thinking, what if a guy took and trimmed basically 1/2 of the tentacles off, and you're pulling it through the water like that? So you got the backside. So it looks like a big old sperm just going through. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of going through the water.
Yeah.
It's the way my mind works, So
there's just so many new shapes coming out. I feel like between like all the hide up lineup, like the Koiki shrimp, the thunder, the elastomer. There's all kinds of different ones, but like nobody's talking about any of the other ones. It's only the full cast and 17.
We definitely don't sell as many of the other hide up products as just a normal Koiki, and I just think with the Koiki, it's probably the closest soft plastic that isn't a glide bait that has a drawing power of a glide bait.
Okay.
And all the power of a jerk bait to stop and suspend.
That too. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. So how are we working it? Just give us, I mean, you ain't got to give me your juice. I mean, I know you're trying to make money off the thing, fishing the thing.
I'll drop it all. I don't care. Actually, a lot of the guide trips, a lot of guys want to learn how to throw it. So a lot of my trips lately, we've been throwing a lot of it and just, teaching them how to do it, especially on Lanier with how pressured these fish are. So 13, just shaking it like a minnow. You don't even really got to pull it from them. You just sort of keep it either level with them. Don't let it fall below them. They won't eat it on Lanier. 17, I'm throwing it with a treble and a nail weight. And I'm not doing the snapping thing. I'm just same thing, like slowly strolling it in front of them. They do not like when you snap it out here. At least none of the fish that I've ever thrown at have liked it. Maybe a little bit later in the summer they will, because you can get a little more aggressive with it. At least last year you could. I don't know what to expect this year with how much they've seen it, and they've already changed how they react to it. So I'm curious to see how it gets as the summer progresses.
You just brought up kind of an interesting point. How long do you think it takes a given bait for them to actually change how they react? You get what I'm saying? You just said they're kind of changing the way they react to it. So
Anywhere else, a year or two, Lanier, 2 months.
really,
Nah, no, I'm just kidding.
huh?
I don't know. These fish are so dang smart.
I get it, but you
Hard to
just
say.
you see you're on the water all the time.
Yeah.
So you can be like, hey, I'm on this, whatever, this pattern working this way. Then all of a sudden it seems like when we talk to guys, it's almost like a next day. It's different for some reason for all that.
I don't know if it's just the herring fish or the spots. It's so day by day.
Well,
one day
Pulling water
top
during the
water, one
week,
day
but
they
not on the
don't.
weekends. There's
Yeah.
a lot of different things going on.
Let's see what Jeff Brazil says. I rigged a single on my Yamamoto Uni with a nail weight. I believe a 3/0. Haven't thrown it yet. So you just got it there for the looks, right? Got it on there just to say you got one of them style baits. Ryan Potts. Water level on Hartwell is up some, but still 6.5 feet low. But the bite is still strong. Took 23 to win the Boating Atlanta Skeeter tournament with 20 plus pound bags on second and third. That's pretty good. Now, Ryan, how much of that is largemouth? Just out of curiosity, what's it taking to win a tournament right now on Lanier? Damian, I ain't been on it.
Like 19 to 21,
Gotcha.
depending on who you're fishing against, who you're fishing with.
And that's kind of like the slow time of the year, right? 19 to 21.
It's to say it's definitely good right now. You can
Mhm.
catch a lot of fish, but bigger bites are sort of harder to come by. A lot of those smaller fish are just beating them to it, and you got to really work to get a big bag. Just rotate a ton of spots.
Gotcha. What you eating, Clint? What's the meal tonight? The better nut bar, dark chocolate and sea salt. Is that an approved diet food for you?
Oh yeah,
Oh, is it good? Because I find most of them bars like that taste like crap.
most bars are bullshit. This one and it's called the Perfect Bar. Perfect bars are banging. See them in a gas station; they'll be refrigerated. Little chocolate chip cookie dough action or peanut butter. Son.
That's the way to go with that. Damien, I saw what you were eating before the show. Do you eat crap like that? Just out of curiosity.
Hell no.
Yeah. What's a boat snack for you during a tournament?
Well, my girlfriend, she makes some like a little snackle box for me. So we got like Dots pretzels, we got like gummies, we got crackers.
Yeah.
What are those things called? They're like fig bars, but they're like either apple or blueberry or raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a Nutri-Grain bar type
Yeah,
of deal.
sort of like that, but I forget.
like
It's like
Fig
Nature's
Newtons?
Bakery or something. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know. What you're
Yeah,
talking about.
love
Those
those
are good.
things, man. Love
You
those
know, the term snackle is relatively new. Like I came home and my wife goes, "Hey, I made you a snackle." I'm like, "What the hell's a snackle?" And she's like, "Well, I saw it on TikTok or something, whatever it was." But I mean, yeah, no, they're legit for sure.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Tony? Appreciate you stopping by tonight. I'm gonna have to try this shake. I've been popping it and seeing way more get spooked off. Silverpunk says. So you think he might be too aggressive with his
Yeah.
with it?
I'm speaking for Lanier and my experience with smallmouth with it. Largemouth, completely different animal. They like it snapped a lot more than not.
Yeah, they do. I found out the hard way by doing the opposite at spots and like not catching them.
Yeah. Spots, I would just shake it. Largemouth, I'm working it like a jerk bait. So
the largemouth seemed to like it, getting kind of that reaction strike. More to say. Christine Fisher just weighed in 28 pounds on a Koike Big Bass 813. Woman can fish.
Hell yeah.
She can fish. Ryan says they're smart and pressured. Clarence Stowers wants to know, what's your favorite Sakamata shad size?
I probably catch myself throwing the 5 more than anything.
I think
That's
that's
the OG.
yeah, it's like
basically.
standard. Yeah, I agree with that. Jeff Brazil again, because he's just got his quickie on the boat, just showboating it. I don't know what to do with that thing. My buddy gave me 2 of them. I might try it this coming weekend if I can put the glide down for a few minutes. And I meant to ask you, how are you working a glide on Lanier?
I'm just chopping it a lot. Definitely chopping it along. Gets them to react real well. I'm not really, making it glide as much. I'm sort of working it pretty dang aggressive.
It's like a top water ultimately. I feel like you have to fish it like you would a walking bait.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys are throwing out their suggestions for boat snacks right here. Bare naked triple berry crunch or peanut and nut medley. All right, there you go.
Sounds pretty good.
It sounds good. Nature's Own fig bars.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Those things are pretty good.
Yeah. And then Robert said homemade jerky is the best. I agree with that. Charles,
the kind you got to go almost break a tooth on.
That's exactly right. That's the way jerky should be. Jerky should not be soft.
That's why it's called jerky, son, because you're about to jerky your teeth out of it.
There's nothing worse than getting a bag of jerky at a store and you bite it and it's like soft and all that. I don't like it. The best boat snack is a honey bun and a Mountain Dew and a prescription for diabetes in about 10 years.
Speaking of honey bun, did you see Pat Schlopper's snack review today?
No, what did he say?
Oh my God, he did a snack review of a honey bun. It guys, Pat Schlopper fishing. You got to go watch it. Like it's ridiculous. He's never had a honey bun in his life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he tries one. And he's like, "Oh, it's so funny."
So
it's so funny.
I don't know how many of you guys are on Twitter /X or whatever, but a lot of these Europeans and all are over here for the soccer, whatever the World Cup or whatever for you soccer guys. I know some of you guys like it, but whatever's going on with the soccer. But they're following these people traveling across the country, and they're going to like Waffle Houses or 7-Elevens where they get the big gulps and stuff. They don't have that crap over in Europe. They get ice in their drinks and all that, and they're having the time of their life just experiencing. I mean, this one guy said Waffle House was the greatest thing he'd ever had in his entire life and all that. So a lot of interesting takes on our
Southern
food.
hibachi. They're like, oh, Southern hibachi.
Well, I mean, you think about
Waffle
it.
House.
Well, who the hell? I mean, now don't get me wrong. I love Waffle House, but if you're a foreigner, and he had it at 1:00 in the morning too, so he might have actually seen some of the local culture and all that at 1:00 at a thing. Ryan says mostly largemouth on that 23-pound bag, but mixed on the rest. That was over on Hartwell. Andy with a serious question because he always brings us back. Damian, any idea what northern lakes you will try to get to later this summer? Heard you are awesome on the northern lakes. He is awesome on the northern lakes, but what you going to try to fish?
I would really like to get to Lake Erie before the off limits for the opens, which is like mid-July or so. That would be really cool to get up there, but I will definitely be at Lake Champlain for a good 2 to 3 weeks at the end of July into August. Got a Bass Nation regional there, going to try to qualify for the championship on Hartwell. And that's the last one of the season to be able to do it. I didn't fish any of the others. I wanted to fish. There was one, I believe, on Cherokee in Tennessee, Cherokee Lake. Just couldn't make it. So got Champlain and then hopping into BFL on Champlain and got an off week that next week before the open. So going to just poke around in New York, probably fish Oneida, Onondaga, Lake Ontario on the way over, Cayuga, whatever's firing at the time and enjoy it up there.
Yeah, this is about the time on social media that all these guys from Georgia start heading up there to fish those. You'll see it over the next month and a half or something like that. Everybody's making that smallmouth trip.
We're about to start seeing a lot of brown on the feed.
The mayor and all them will go up and they'll fish up there. And Silverpunk says Christine outfishes her fiance. Yeah, I mean, it happens. How would you guys feel? Like, okay, Clint, you're still in a relationship, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I ain't talked to you in a week, so I mean, I've been out of town. I'm going to make sure you hadn't had a lifestyle change.
No.
But how would you feel if your significant other just waxed your ass when you got on a boat fishing?
I'd be proud of her, and then I'd be a much better house husband,
You do the dishes and all that?
I already do that. I already do all that, but I'd be better because, if she's that good to beat me.
Uh-huh. What about you, Damian?
Pretty dang good. Just kidding.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Listen, I heard that last little part you slid in there, Clint. Yeah, right there. You wouldn't have any jealousy that she's toting the weight?
No, I'm really used to. I like to see other people that I take on the boat do well, especially significant other, my girlfriend, and
Yeah.
like one day we were out there. This was like a month and a half ago. We got out one evening, and I caught a few, 3 to mid threes, and I let her up front. I'm like, all right, throw at that fish, and she like completely missed, and I like pan over, and there's one going down on her Nico, and it ended up being it was like a 5 even spot or a 5-1. It was a giant.
Son.
Dude.
And I was so proud.
Yeah,
That's
what was
awesome.
what was her reaction when she hooked into it?
I got a video of it. I wish I could show y'all. Yeah, it
Is
it
it
was
good?
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. Tom says up in Canada, and I've experienced one of these. They make shore lunch when the fishing is good. Yeah, they just go right up there. Of course, Tim, Reese's Big Cup and a Mountain Dew. When I did heat and air breakfast every morning, we called it a Coke and a dope. Was a Mountain Dew and 2 Goody Powders. That sets you up good till about listen, it'd wake you up.
I discovered the power of Advil this weekend. I've never really taken pain meds, and pulled my back like real bad. Like I was having drag foot. Like I was dragging my feet. Couldn't walk like Tuesday. And then so this is Friday at the Manhattan Cup. I fly to New York. Back is just ripping on the plane. Fly to New York, get there next morning. I'm like dragging foot real bad, like just limping, trying to carry a camera bag, gonna go film in the ocean. Like I'm like, oh God. And then I talked to Paul Bork, and he's like, I got some Advil for you. I was like, really? And he's like, take 4. And I was like, what? I was like, I don't take pain meds at all. He's like, no, take 4. He used to be an EMT or something, and he was like, gave me some acronym, and he's like, 800 milligrams is this. I was like, okay, whatever. And I just took it, dude. Back was ripping back to normal. Haven't taken any more Advil since, and I've been good. I'm like, that's crazy.
And so our Advil sponsorship brought to you by Cletus again tonight. Okay.
It allowed me to walk again. It gave me my legs back.
Okay, well, all right. So that's we've never talked about that. Damian, you're on the boat, you're hurting. What are you reaching for?
Dude, I like to suffer. I don't take something unless I really need to, like if it's gonna kill me. But I don't take anything like that, or like Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil. Like I usually just push through it. I hate taking any sort of meds for anything.
Well,
I agree.
We took so many Goody Powders, and again, we call it a Coke and a dope, and that was just to wake up. That if I take one now, my stomach is like, no, bro, we ain't doing that.
Goodies powder. Ugh.
Dude, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It tastes like that live scope screen in the background looks like. That's.
Well, listen. I mean, but they are effective. They are effective. Them and a
like
BZ,
if you lick that screen behind us, that's what it tastes like. Goodies powder.
Damien, have you thought about what our screen would taste like if you licked it?
Not once.
Me neither. I'm sitting like, I did not have that on my bingo card for tonight, but there we go. We are here.
Live scope liquors, damn it.
That's a t-shirt, live scope liquor. Could you imagine if we could get Randy Blockett to wear that t-shirt?
Oh,
live scope. Oh yeah, if he could make $1 off of it, he would. Smucker's strawberry PB&J is the gas.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
My co-angler eats more than fish some days. I've been known to enjoy a snack. Jeff says, Pat's boat snack reviews are awesome. The JDM snack reviews are the funniest.
Oh, my gosh. He had some beer-flavored chips or something from Japan. Oh, God. They're so funny.
Now, listen to this. And this is how you set yourself up right here. So, Jamie Cagle, up at the Tackle Barn Outdoors, we keep, and I hope I say this right, Yoder. Yeah. Brand snacks just for fishermen. All Mennonite meat snacks. We keep the jerky, summer sausage, and best of all, boxes of individually wrapped meat sticks in original and jalapeno jack that are great to keep in I guess, let's see, in the boat. We need to get you some on set. Well, hell, Jamie, yeah, you do, especially that jalapeno stuff. I'll absolutely tear into that. Fortitude Braves headed to Clayton Friday, Craftmaster says. Pumps. There you go, right there. Robert says, nothing better than a woman fishing. Pushing each other makes it better. What's the prize for winning? All right, guys, if you had your significant others on the boat, Is there a prize for the winning angler that day? Or does just everybody get the same prize no matter what when you get home?
Yeah, a shower.
Is that it? So you guys sound like 80-year-old men. You got to come up with something better than that. Good grief. Who's going to win Pasca Tonk or Pasca Tank or Pasca Spank or whatever you want to say it?
Pascatonk.
Pasca Spank. I saw. Yeah. Who's going to win it? Come on, Clint. That's your wheelhouse. Who's going to win
Easton
it?
Fothergill.
You vote Easton on everything.
And I haven't been that far off.
I bet you write it like when you vote. Do you write Easton Fothergill in as a write-in vote everywhere you go like that?
I mean, I just have a feel like he came in 4th last year.
All right. So Damian, when he was on a few weeks ago, he said he thought this urchin thing. You remember this, Clint? That urchin thing was kind of like we're on the backside of the craze, so to speak. He doesn't think it's going to last. What do you think?
I think it's here to stay. The craze, I don't think will last, but it's definitely going to be a staple on everyone's front deck from here on out.
That makes sense. Robert says a leave with naproxen. So there you go. Doug Phillips. Damn, all this talk of snacks is killing me. Just had a triple bypass surgery 2 weeks ago. You're killing me, Smalls. Well, Doug, dude, I hope all is well with the triple bypass right there. That's serious stuff right there. So I really do. I hope you're healing well. And if you want me to send you a box of Little Debbie's or something like that to make you feel better, just shoot me your address. Just tell me what you like.
Good for the heart.
What's the best Little Debbie out there? And not the one at the corner street. The best Little Debbie snack out there.
I love a good cosmic brownie. It just tastes like toxic sludge of love. They're so good.
That is the nastiest one now. It's like eating one of them damn protein bars you eat.
It's just it's so bad for you, but it wakes up that little crackhead in your back of your head.
But it's like, it's so thick and dense now. It's like there's really no brownie to it. It's like tar.
Yeah, they are getting a little more tar-esque.
It's like tar. You can't go wrong with the zebra cake. If it's fresh.
It's got to be a holiday one. Like a
holiday
Christmas tree cake?
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Damian? Do you partake in the Little Debbie's?
Not a ton, but man, when that Christmas tree cake time comes around, put one inside of me and it's gone.
I was going to say
I can't go without eating all 6. Like, that's the bad part is I know how many go in because I'm like, I open it up and then I'm like, I have one, and then I'll be like, I just have one more. Like all 6 are gone in an hour.
What are those? I like the little chocolate Swiss rolls. You know what I'm talking about? They're kind of like whatever.
It's called Swiss roll.
Swiss roll. Yeah. I like, I have a procedure to eat those. We'll talk about that later. At my age, Advil is a necessity, says Tim, for sure. All right, Ryan's got a serious question again. What color koiki or urchin style bait or whatever do you find works best over others, or do you think it matters? We're talking about color. Clint just bought a chart one in Texas. He bought it for a reason, I guess, because the flukes and everybody's throwing that around here. So I imagine that's why you bought it.
I bought it to only throw at largemouth.
You lie like a dog. You lie. What about Damian? Seriously, what color do you find works best over others? And you're just gonna say green pumpkin?
I mean, green pumpkin's a great color for 17, like green pumpkin, blue flake, the new green pumpkin US that came out. Best 13 color ever on Lanier is SPG. It was SPG, and it was only released from April of last year through September or October. And it's never coming back again. I have 3 of them left, and I'm only saving them for Derbs. That's one of the best colors they've ever made.
I'm not familiar with that color, so kind of describe it.
It's a here. You want me to grab it real quick?
Yeah. Go grab it. Grab it. Absolutely.
All right, hold on a second. I'll be right back.
All right, there you go. Like that. What do you think about it so far, Clint?
I like it.
I want to know why you went with the blue backdrop tonight. You kind of like trying to set the mood there a little bit.
I literally was just randomly turning it on when I came in. So
I was going to ask you, are you depressed? Do we need to have a talk?
Yeah, I'm so sad these days.
Oh, look, he's bringing out the box. Hey, I saw that you put a post out on Facebook about an urchin box that you kind of found. I
found that at
what was that?
Skeeter Owners Tournament. It's a Daiwa reel bag, and it's like this big, and it can fit 8 of the 8 urchins in it
Okay.
in the box.
All right. What do we got here, boss?
This is like the best color koiki they've ever made. They haven't made it in a 17 or a full cast. I'm hoping they will eventually. But it's like a gray,
Yeah.
called a natural
Smoke,
shad
I
color or
guess
whatever.
smoke
you know.
with a little perp.
Smoker.
Is it purple?
Yeah, it's got some purple flake and
flake.
gold flake in there.
Nice.
That reminds me of that Yamamoto color, cinnamon.
Smoke or no?
It's that darker cinnamon color that's really not cinnamon, but it's that grayish kind of
brown, like the brown purple laminate. No,
I forget
that's
what
like
it's called.
pink.
It's the one I throw all the time. I should know the name of it and all that. But that it's not coming back.
Nope, never. It was like a limited run color. Hammond's had it. We had it. And whatever's out there is out there.
Okay, so for all you guys that like to pour or might own another tackle company, hint, hint. I know a couple of you out there. That might be a winning color for you guys right there. War Eagle the best. What's up, buddy? Damian, do you still use that secret Cinco color you mentioned previously?
All the time. We threw it so much over the winter. One of the most producing baits we throw, either on a shaky head or a Nico.
Okay, and so you're not going to tell us the color. Is it more of a natural tone or is it more of a shad tone?
Book a guide trip, Danny.
Natural.
It's
natural.
I ain't booking nothing. His ass can take me fishing. It's more of a natural color. Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
No, I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on the last podcast anyway, but it's watermelon moon dust.
Oh, dude, that color is so nasty.
That is. Jamie says they're rooting for Cole Sands to win the next one for sure. The fuzzy dice or rubble weed is going off the shelves. I see changes coming. What the hell's a rubble weed? You know what a rubble
tumbleweed
is?
Maybe he meant the Strike King tumbleweed.
I don't know. Rubble weed. I hadn't heard of the rubble weed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that chart herring still the fluke to throw?
I don't think it would outproduce normal old chartreuse. I really don't.
Really? Now you saying not the lemon drop, but just regular old chartreuse?
Yeah, I've thrown lemon drop. I've actually never caught one. They almost don't like it, in my opinion. Like I've never done well on the lemon drop, on the mirror at least.
Okay. Doug said laughing hurts. I'll keep my clothes on then. We don't want you to laugh that much. Jamie says Little Debbie Christmas trees, hands down. Justin Reynolds said, I see your live scope background finally has better voltage. It did. Somebody mentioned that one time. Because what were we running? We were running like 10 something or 11 volts.
Yeah, it was like 10.2 volts or something.
It was bad. It was Tim Hawk. Trent or Tim Hawk, and one of them two. Yeah, it was like that. Christmas tree cake, for sure. Danny, are we again talking about women fishing half of the show? Listen, War Eagle the best. I mean, we can. Here's a good one. Double stack oatmeal cream pie, Fishy Nick. That's a legit one too.
That one, yeah, oh God. I'd go to Dollar General. Dollar General was like the best place to get Little Debbie's because they were cheap. They were so cheap. They're like $3. You could get a big old
do you know pie. I could cut that soundtrack out right there and apply it in 100 different ways.
You could get that cream pie.
Robert Brett says, this is a good tip. Yeah, we're talking Little Debbie's, women, and a little bit of fishing tonight. Oh, no, this not here. Swiss rolls right here. Put it in the freezer. You'll never eat them regular again. Okay,
I could be down.
Drop in the Little Debbie juice tonight, you guys.
I feel like it would hurt my teeth, though.
It might make you pull your back. Peanut butter jelly, green pumpkin, watermelon, for sure. SPG, salt, pepper, and garlic. Is that what that means?
Maybe. That'll make a little bit of sense.
That makes sense. Clint pronounced that.
Susquehanna Fishing Tackle.
Online, got them in from Columbia, Pennsylvania. Okay. $50 cash for one. I don't know what that means, Clayton, but we'll go with it for sure. How far along? Let's go ahead and do our drawing. Give you guys time to take a drink or something, catch your breath, and then we can finish off the show. So again, we're a little bit late because I've been out of town, but we're going to do our monthly drawing for our paying members of our YouTube channel. You guys support us and help us out, so we try to have a decent prize for you guys once a month. If you're not a member, go ahead and join. $4.99 a month gets you one ticket in the drawing, and $9.99 gets you two. So again, here's what you're getting tonight. All right. The battery tender, 40 amp, 4 bank onboard charger and maintainer. And if I had a really catchy plug for battery tender and they paid me money, I'd do it right now. But this was actually given to me by Battery Tender, though. So I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to give it to one of you guys right there. So let's go into the box of names, circle them around a little bit, drum rolls and all that. And again, I hope like hell you live close, because that thing right there is heavy. It probably cost me with today's rates about $42 to ship it. So, and I'm cheap. I'll drive it to you. Here we go. Let's see. The winner is Bass Time with Diaz. All right, he is close. That'll work. So there you go. Diaz, I don't know if you're watching tonight. You might watch tomorrow. I got a battery tender 4 bank onboard charger and maintainer for you. So that's pretty cool. He's been on the show. I think he was on with Tony not too long ago on Tony's show. Diaz won the battery charger. You know what I'm talking about, Clint? Bass Time with Diaz on Lake Allatoona?
Yeah.
There you go. He won.
He won the charger?
Nice. He won the charger. And then, of course,
heck yeah,
we got 3 weeks until the next one. So, again, appreciate you guys that support us. You help make it possible. What are you eating now, dude? Huh? What are you eating now? Are you fiending? Is there a reason why you're eating? Have you not had supper?
I just had supper, but I had the craving for a sweet treat. So it's a Guam Quacker.
Oh, good Lord. There you go. For sure right there. Robert says your teeth won't hurt. Outside stays soft while inside is like ice cream. I'm going to try it. Jeff says the cosmic brownies look like prison food I see on TV. And that's right.
That is true.
You see them things like the McDonald's hamburgers where it's just that pink sludge coming out and they're doing it. I could see that Little Debbie cosmic brownie, just dark ass sludge. Looks like somebody was unplugging a gutter or downspout just coming out. You've seen them videos right there.
It's ridiculous. I stopped at Chick-fil-A today. I haven't had it in like 4 months. And I was like, I was on a drive back and in a rush. And I was like, you know what? I'll be healthier and get something from Chick-fil-A instead of stopping at some gas station. So I go in there and then I'm like, okay, I'll get 2 grilled chicken sandwiches and then just take the chicken patty off of one, put it on the other. So I only eat 1 bun, whatever, trying to be healthy. And then I got 12 grilled nuggets. So should be completely fine. So I get that. I eat it. Dude, my stomach is freaking ripping. I'm like, it was literally just grilled chicken and a bun and all this stuff. But it's like crazy how, I mean, you look, there's still 24 ingredients in their grilled chicken. Like, why is there so many ingredients in their grilled chicken? Sketchy. And I felt terrible off of eating healthy.
That's because you ain't got a man's stomach like I do. You know what I had for lunch today? I had 4 chili cheese burritos and sour cream from the Taco Bell in Adairsville because it's the only one that sells it.
Nice.
So I went in there and got me some chili cheese burritos, and man, I am just fine. So he said it works even with strawberry, but best with white chocolate. And if you guys know Diaz, tell him he won. I'll call him tomorrow if you guys don't. See, this is how this show works. Well, I just ordered some packs of watermelon moon dust. I'll use them when I'm skipping docks. How about with these urchin baits? How much time do you use? Are you skipping under docks or anything like that with them? Do you do that?
Not really. Threw them around a little bit, like at the open at Lake Norman, fishing around docks, just sort of working them like a glide bait next to floats, just snapping them for large enough.
Okay. Robert says you need to look into what's in their chicken. I won't eat it. You guys are the kind of guys that can't process gluten, man. I eat everything. Like that. I eat everything. All right. What are we looking at on lakes like Lanier? And then I want to kind of go into some other stuff. But over the next 3 weeks, if we kind of, maybe we warm up a little bit, but we kind of stay relatively the same. We're going to stay right on this top water bite. Is that going to run us all the way through?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to be able to run brush all day long. It's just going to hold fish from here on out for sure. And then probably mid to late July, they'll start moving offshore where a lot of guys shine with a heavier minnow out in the channel and stuff like that.
Yeah. Jamie says, glad you got your chili cheese burrito fixed today when you came up to the shop. I'm telling you, to change your life, Jamie. That is one of the best things. And why Taco Bell? You can buy a burrito with daggum potatoes in it at every other one, but they don't carry the chili cheese burrito at all of them. Taco Bell, you got to do better for sure like that.
So what all's in a chili cheese burrito?
Chili and freaking cheese. That's just chili and cheese, man.
I guess I just kind of had one. That was kind of what I had for dinner. I just had some ground beef and some cheese and a tortilla, and that was it.
I mean, yeah, like in Silver Punk, you were 100% right. Because on the TV show, I ate pig brains on the podcast, grilled drum, I ate the cow brains on the TV show. My stomach can't handle just about anything, except I don't like pickles. I don't know. I'm not a pickle guy. All right.
No pickles.
I'll eat them if I have to, or if my son's mother-in-law puts them on something, I'll be polite, but I'm not going to choose it. I'm not going to choose a pickle like that. All right, Damian, give me some different techniques. Say a guy that, for whatever reason, they're not going to throw an urchin bait and they're not going to throw top water, but they want to go down after the fish. What are we looking at? Drop shot, shaky head, jig. What would be your go-to?
Probably like a jig with a smaller profile. Like a Beast Coast OW sniper, something like that, something a lot smaller. Something I actually threw a lot for smallmouth and brought down here, and it does pretty well. So yeah, probably a jig or a drop shot, I would say for sure. Targeting fish and brush, around brush, stuff like that. A lot of times you can cast into it, but I like casting past it and sort of swimming it up to the back of the brush pile and then burning it up over the top and dropping it on the front. And just we'll all follow it down. And
gotcha.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So I probably have asked you this on a past episode you were on here, but what are some of the things that you brought from up north that do work down here, and maybe some of the things that you fish for up north that don't work down here?
Definitely a little finesse jig, like I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Killer for smallmouth up north. Spots love it. Definitely an off year this year for it. Kind of like what were we talking about earlier? Like the riser.
The riser is the riser.
Yeah. The jig this year not working as well. Like this time last year, it was producing better than a fluke would. Like you could just throw it any fish and they'd go down and eat it every single time. And I don't know if that has to do with the low lake levels, like any of the crawfish that were, however they live, were burrowed in the mud and whatever, with the lake being so low, there just aren't as many of them. Maybe, I don't know, just theories I have.
Right.
But yeah, it hasn't been as good this year for that. Something that I do throw up north a lot that doesn't work too well down here, like a marabou hair jig for sure.
Really? Okay, that makes sense. Unless you're Dana Smith with FCP Fishing, I think I saw he throws is that hair jig or something like that. He can make it work. I've never caught a. Have you? I mean, Clint, have you ever thrown one? I've never caught a single fish on a hair jig.
I caught him on a hair jig pretty decent last summer, like a big chicken. What's it called? The big cock chicken farmer something. What's it called? A switchcock? Gamecock?
Shuttlecock.
Shuttlecock. That's what it is.
That's a serious name.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a big hair jig. That's a really big hair jig.
Steve,
yeah, I've caught them on Lanier on that, but I've never caught any like over 4.5. They've only been 4.5 or smaller.
Steve Causey says, I hate to complain. Is anyone else getting the pop-up ads? Dude, it's something that YouTube is doing, and I've put my settings to try to minimize that as best I can. I don't know.
They've also upped their prices. I'm paying $17 a month for YouTube Premium now.
Are you really?
But that's my only like real subscription. So
yeah, I apologize for them, but yeah, that's a YouTube thing that I try to control. We try to get them at the very beginning and one time in the middle if they're going to do them at all. So if you're getting them kind of random, dude, I apologize. I'll write a letter or something. I don't know. I'll see if I can get it figured out for you. Robert says, hottest summer coming next year. West going to fall short on water levels that are already below average. Watch the weather come fall. That's because we got that super El Nino or something setting up. Did you hear about that?
No.
The last time we had a super El Nino worldwide, like 60 million people died because it causes real drastic. It was some crazy number like that.
Good. That's probably what we need.
But you know what it does for us here in the South? It keeps us cooler and wetter. But in other places, they're drier and hotter. It's something like
Natural
that.
selection, baby.
For sure. Eric said, where's my damn mouse? All right, here we go. I caught them on brush in 25 feet on Clark's Hill, and the bigger ones needed fizzing.
Oh, for sure.
You seeing that? Are you seeing that a lot with the spots on Lanier?
Somewhat, yeah. A lot of the bigger fish, you'll see them. Like, there. Don't get me wrong. There's, like I said, that offshore channel bite with a heavy minnows coming up, but a lot of those bigger fish, your bigger fish, go offshore and feed and chase bait, and they go down real deep. And they could have just pulled up on that brush pile when you got there, and it didn't give them time to adjust and let the air out of themselves. So they're offshore feeding in 40, 50, 60 feet of water, and then they move up on the brush in 25, 15 and come up and eat your whatever you throw at them. And they just haven't had time to adjust quite yet. So,
well, let me ask you, okay, we're coming up into the hot summer months. Guys are going to be fishing tournaments and all that. What do you do personally for fish care on your boat?
Definitely fizz them if I'm catching them deep. Like last year we had the BFL in August. It was like the end of August. Had to fizz a lot of fish. I was fishing offshore in that one, and a lot of ice. I filled my Phoenix cooler with ice, and then I have a secondary cooler sitting in the cockpit with even more ice and G juice and everything. And I know Hammond's, they sell those oxygenators, like the oxygen tanks you can put with the line that goes in, which are pretty cool. I really need to invest in one for sure. But fish care is really important to me. I hate coming to these derbs this time of year later in the summer, and people don't care. They just dump their fish. They're floating.
They're sitting there floating.
If I had it my way, man,
like, nuts.
Yeah, if I could, like, people that don't care and they just dump them and don't even try, they shouldn't be allowed to fish them, period. So
yeah, I agree with you on that. They got at least
if you're going to disrespect the resource, you don't deserve to fish it.
Well, Ryan always said that fish care is as much a part of a tournament as actually catching the fish in the summertime. Doing that for sure. Now, let me ask you: do you fizz through the mouth or through the side?
Through the side.
Okay. What about you?
The only way.
Is that the side? Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
3 scales back from the Pictoralis borealis.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Well, let me ask you about your ice, because I've heard different things. With the ice, I've heard some guys have it in there when they fill it up, but then I've heard other guys say that will shock the fish too. They'll put the fish in lake water and then add a little at a time. Do you do anything like that?
Yeah, you just got to think of it as sort of like if anyone had like I had an aquarium growing up. When you add a fish into the tank, you don't just dump it right in. You put the bag, float it on the water, let that temperature adjust with the fish. It's sort of the same thing with bass. Put them in with the lake water at the temperature you got them from. Now, you're going to get to a point where you're culling fish and you have no choice but to put them in the cold water. You put them in anyway. So I just think there's a lot of times, like Lanier spots too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I could fizz a fish, especially in the wintertime. You fizz a fish, they're just so lazy, they'll float belly up regardless. You can let all air out of them, and they'll just lay there until you touch them, and then they freak out, and then they're fine again.
Yeah. When I get them like that, I'll put the fin weights, just from my mind trying to turn them upside down. But I haven't noticed exactly what you're saying for sure. Spotted bass are zone fish. They see farther in summer, and they like spinners. What's up, John G? Robert says colors are definitely different down south. Copper State Tackle has some good selections. So does Fishco. That's just because I was up there. And they got a bass in a tank. I think it's Gary. They got a bass in a fish tank up there like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Steve, what's going on? We kind of talked about this a little bit, but we'll touch on it again for you. Do you think the Lanier fish are getting minnow smart, and do you like the larger minnows over the 4-inch and smaller ones in the summer months?
Absolutely. They're definitely getting minnow smart, and that's where the koiki has started to shine lately, like the craze and everything. It's not a solve all to them not wanting a minnow anymore, but it sure as heck helps them bite. But when it comes to the minnow in the summertime, I definitely will go with like a 5 or 6 inch minnow for sure, because they're eating a lot bigger herring the later on we get. And then in the wintertime, I'll go back to like a 3 and 4 inch.
Okay, there you go. Good answer. I like these kind of questions. What's your biggest disadvantage, or that you seem to stumble with? Shallow fishing or deep? What do you suck at? What do you suck at there, Damien?
I suck at finding productive water up shallow, say when you can throw a frog and a swim jig around and punch. Like, I'm not the greatest. I love fishing like grass flats and stuff, not necessarily matted stuff, but just like grass you can pick apart. But when it comes to like punching and frogging thicker mats and stuff, and finding good edges to throw a swim jig and whatever, I just haven't done it a ton.
Hmm.
So not too confident in it.
What do you suck at, Clint?
Grass fishing, just
Yeah.
being around like frogging, flipping, reading grass, edge lines. Like I just don't understand it because I don't put myself around it enough. Like I've been around it in Texas a ton on Choke Canyon and Welsh Lake and some other places out there, and then but around here I've been on Chick maybe 10 times, and I'm always offshore cranking somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I get that. Gunnersville was like I could have been on the moon. It was that foreign to me the first time I
yeah.
saw that. Back to your jig. You were talking about throwing the jig a little bit. What trailer do you use on that finesse jig, and also what kind of jig? What brand jig are you throwing?
Beast Coast OW Sniper. It's like a lighter wire hook, tungsten jig. And I on Lanier I religiously throw a double tail grub Yamamoto.
Okay, yeah, that's me right there. Here's a good little tip. Adding a temperature gauge to the live well is key. Keep the water 70 to 75 in G juice. Do you know anybody that has a temp gauge on their live well? That seems like a really kind of solid tip right there.
So Brandon Polinick always drills one in every one of his boats. He tracks like a or takes like a uh, thermometer from a Humminbird unit and plugs it into the back of his console unit.
Okay, that seems like a really smart thing to do. Jamie says frozen water bottles. That's kind of what I do. Ice has chlorine. We freeze 2 liter bottles with Fishco Fish Care in them, and then crack the lids right there for sure. That's a good tip right there. Ryan says 2 8-pound bags of ice. Fill it in the morning. Add a lot of G juice, and never add water the rest of the day. Put it on auto recirculation and plug your overflow. Your fish will be fine all day long. Okay, there you go. Let me ask you this, because you're starting to travel, and Clint, you do this too. You're starting to travel and fish other bodies of water. I've always thought that the spotted bass on Lake Lanier, not only were they aggressive and all that, but they were just a tough ass fish overall. Alaton, these spots, how would you compare them to, say, a fish down in Florida, bass down in Florida, smallmouth bass where you're from, or even farther up north? What's the toughest fish out there, like area wise?
Um,
You get what I'm saying? That you don't have to do as much like fish care for them. They're just going to survive.
Lake Ontario fit like you get. I would divide them like where I've had a lot of experience. Lake Ontario fish are a little tougher to
Hmm.
keep alive, especially in the summer. You just not harder to keep alive. You just have to do a lot.
Right?
Champlain smallmouth are different story. They seem a lot more hardy. Um, they're built a lot different than they just hunt different. They're built different out there. So they're a little bit different with the fish care. I mean, you still have to fizz them, still keep ice on them, but I would
Right.
say they do a lot better when it comes to if your water gets a little too warm. Spots are pretty dang hardy too, but it seems like once they start to go, you
They're
ain't
gone. Yeah.
bringing them back. Yeah,
Yeah.
where
They're like,
I've had smallmouth start to go and you can bring them back.
hmm,
But spots once they're
Once
yeah.
they start getting a little yellow to the eye, they're
Well, they're like a lithium battery. When they run out, they run out.
yeah.
It's like that. But you just said something interesting. Ontario smallmouth, Lake Champlain smallmouth. You said the ones on Champlain kind of hunt and all different. We don't talk near enough smallmouth on this show because we don't have enough smallmouth lakes. Explain the difference in those two types of smallmouth.
So primarily, your fish on Lake Ontario, you hear it all the time. They're goby eaters.
Hmm.
They actually eat a lot of crawls too, probably just as many as gobies. So they like to feed off the bottom a lot. A majority of those fish you're going to catch, they're going to be looking down, um, or at least relating to the bottom. Where Champlain smallmouth swim around in open water a lot. They chase alewives and smelt and perch and all sorts of stuff offshore. Like if you look at a Champlain smallmouth versus a St. Lawrence smallmouth, St. Lawrence smallmouth's you're gonna have a 5-pounder that's got a mouth like that, and it's got a belly like that, and it's real short. And then you got a Champlain smallmouth that has a giant tail on it. They're really long. They're just, lanky fish, but they're heavy too. They're still thick, and their mouth is just seems to be a lot bigger than those St. Lawrence fish.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's just their environment, the way they affect it. Do you like the smallmouth up there better than the spots down here? As far as catching, as an angler, what's your favorite? You're thinking. You're having to think about it.
I do miss small, like those days on Lanier when you run 20 piles and you don't really get them to do much. It's like, dang, I really wish smallmouth. I really miss smallmouth right now because they're definitely easier to catch. Now you can go to other spot lakes and absolutely wear them out every time. Lanier's just, like we said earlier, they're the smartest spots out there by far.
What is a good day smallmouth fishing? Like a quality day for you. I'm just curious if it's that different.
On Lake Ontario, a good day is like 24 to 30 pounds and probably like, 30 some fish or more.
That's insane. Have you ever
fished?
That place is incredible. Have you fished up there, Clint?
Yeah, it's silly. Me and Ian fished as co-anglers for a Bassmaster Open 3 years ago now. And so we were like, it was the only open we've ever signed up for at the time. We both signed up to fish as co's. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to tow my boat up there and then we can go out for practice and then we'll just fish with whoever for the tournament. And we had 24, 25, and 26 in our 3 days of practice. And it was like doing all kinds of fun stuff. Do you have a derb on St. Lawrence?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I just didn't want to make sure info-wise, trying to mitigate. But, yeah, we were smashing them on a chatterbait, like 2 foot of water, and it was sick. Like, it was awesome.
That's my department, Clint, screwing that up. Right? Yeah. You let me screw up the info rules here.
I was just making sure.
Tom's giving us some more geography lessons right here for you guys. Yeah. Canada is a glacier flat. The deep lakes create deep patterns or shallow zone patterns. And then he follows it up down here. If there is volcanic mountains around, lakes are a little bit different than the flat glacier type lakes. I mean, I can see that for sure. What's up, Purrs? Craftmaster said we're back to the temperature gauge. He said he added mine to keep the temp on the console screen. That just, you know what? I mean, that just seems like a really good tip. I don't know why nobody's talked about that before. What do you think about this comment right here, Damian? Smallmouth are the easiest to take care of.
Yeah. Probably for the most part.
They receive love the best, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like if you're giving them G-juice or ice or something like that, like they receive.
Yeah, I think largemouth are the easiest out of all of them, but smallmouth are, compared to spots, a lot easier.
Really? Okay, there you go. Clint, you're on a roll tonight with your euphemisms or sayings or whatever that is.
That's a big word for you, Danny.
I can't spell it. Don't ask me to spell it, but I can say it. All right, so what do you got going on the rest of the year? You gonna be? I mean, how many more tournaments you got?
As of right now, I'm signed up for 3. I got the Nation on Champlain, the BFL on Champlain, and the Open on Erie. And if I qualify for the EQs, which I'm in the top 50 cut right now, so I just have to do decent at Erie, catch limit boat day, like a good limit boat days, and I'll be good. I'll go to Grand Lake of the Cherokees, I think is one. Gunnersville's another, and then I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but the 3 EQs would be this fall, like September, October, November.
So what's your your goals? Where are you trying to go with the tournaments? What do you want to fish?
I want to qualify for the Elite Series. It's been the ultimate goal for as long as I can remember, and it's just a ton of work to get there. It's no joke. You hop in these opens, man, and like every single guy knows what they're doing. There's nothing hidden in the opens. Everyone finds the same stuff. So it's really cutthroat and, just very competitive, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody thinks that if you're under 30, it's just you open up your cheater box and you're there. And that's not even remotely realistic. I can't stand it when I hear stuff like that. And now you said on these, will you be with Brooks and Dylan and Chase? You all going to fish these same events together?
Yep.
Oh,
We'll be heading up. Brooks and I are going to go up a little early to New York because he's going to be fishing the 2 events on Champlain too, trying to qualify for Hartwell. So we'll be up there, late July for practice starts like July 25th or something.
Yeah.
For the nation. The off limit starts the week before or whatever. So we'll be up for that, and then we'll just be poking around in New York, fishing all the New York lakes and stuff. So
Okay, I got you. War Eagle the best. He says I already got 3 ads. Well, listen, I mean, let me be honest. That's the only way we make money on this. So if you like us and you love us, you got to deal with the ads. I'm sorry. That's I do the best I can do on that like that. Boy, Brooks was close on that All American, wasn't he?
dude,
And
Him and Kaz both. Like, congrats to
Kaz.
Jack. But I mean, them boys were hot on his heels too.
I haven't had a chance to talk or interview Jack yet. We need to get him on at some point. But just I knew Kaz and Brooks were right there and all that. And you see that, and again, you're like, because I mean, with Brooks, it was just a matter of ounces, right?
Yeah, 7 ounces, 8 ounces, or something like that. And I know too. I talked to him, and he was kicking himself after day 2 because hit one of his smallest fish day 2. He had 18, and he said it was a 3 even, and he lost one that was probably pushing 5. Which
and I like Brooks too. I was really and Kaz. All these guys have been with us since we even started the show. So, but you know what? Again, this area rep, man. I mean, the fishing in North Georgia, we're stout. I mean, and it just seems like with Jack, and then you got these other guys coming. You got your Sea Bolts and all that. We're just absolutely stacked. Herring boys showed out, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's a side fizzer. They don't do it through the mouth. They both go through the side. Clinton, you said three scales back, right? Ain't that what you said, Clinton?
Yep.
All right. So you want to fish the elites?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal is to make it there. But as of right now, I really enjoy guiding. I love taking people out and putting them on fish. So I enjoy doing that too. So I'm just enjoying the journey so far and fishing the first full season of the Opens and learning a whole lot. I'll tell you that much.
All right. Well, let me tell you what is the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
Decision making and trusting your gut. Just knowing when to leave an area.
Is that something you suck at?
The first 2, yes.
Yeah.
I learned real quick at Kissimmee, and then you fall a day 2, and just decided to just go fish and trust my gut. Like at Norman, and that was my first check I've ever cut in the Opens. I remember day 1, I was like 3 hours in, I had no fish at Norman, and I'm like, screw it. Like I went to fish this flat where I caught some good spots on a fluke to see if I could get them early. And I was like, screw it. I'm going up the river. I'm going to go throw a glide and a big bait because I need to do well. Otherwise, I'm going to miss the EQs. Just trusted my gut and ended up catching them. Like second cast up there, I caught a 4.5 on the glide. So I was like, all right.
There you go. I actually heard someone say this, and I can't remember who. I'm trying to think of it in my mind. But somebody said to me at one point that fishing the Opens and the EQs in their mind was actually harder than actually fishing the elites. You know what I'm saying? Because of the cutthroat, like you're saying, everybody's trying to get at that one thing. No secrets, nothing's hidden. That to get through that process. Now, don't get me wrong, you got the best of the best on the elites, but it's kind of a different mindset. Once you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
It's the journey getting there that is so gosh darn tough, or however you want to say it in a way that I can say it.
Yeah, you're competing with double the amount of people for a tenth of the spots on the elites.
Okay. What is one thing that you've learned about yourself, maybe that surprised you were good at, or that you didn't expect to happen on the Open so far?
Probably just the decision making in like a multi-day derb. Like I feel like I can do decent, on one dayers and stuff like that. And in the past, like I've struggled with multiple day derbs. I just get in my own head, make bad decisions, don't know when to leave. Oh, this worked day 1, and now I'm just learning to just run with whatever my gut's feeling.
Yes,
Just,
that makes sense.
I mean, your whole goal is to do well. Like, yeah, it would be nice to make the points and whatever, but I feel like every time you go into an event, you should be looking to win the dang thing. I think that's where a lot of these elite guys do really, really well. Is they don't care if they have a bad derb. They know what they need to do to go get the biggest bites in the lake, and that's how a lot of these guys are really successful because they don't care. They're just going to do it.
Yeah, here's a couple of comments. Alex, who fished that, where was he at, Clint, fishing the other day? Was it Santee?
Santee, yeah.
Santee and all that? I go the first 3 hours with no fish. I'm spinning out and questioning why I'm even here. I get it, for sure. And then Robert follows that up. Worst opponent can't be yourself. And unfortunately, that's actually a
It's
lot
true
of
for a
guys.
lot of people.
Yeah, it's their downfall like that for sure. So, I'm gonna ask you a few questions about guiding and all that before I let you go tonight, because with digital, I'm messing with that. You talk about the rewarding aspects of it, putting people on fish and all that, and that's absolutely fantastic. What are some of the challenges? Because we get guys asking all the time. I'll get them asking me, "Hey, I'm thinking about guiding," and I'm like, "You need to talk to a guide before you do that. It's not all what it's cracked up to be sometimes."
Yeah. It's expensive, and it can be mentally tolling in the aspect of, especially Lake Lanier, where you gotta like runner this time of year. You got to cover so many areas, and one of the tougher parts is when you get someone like, say, less experienced and they can't really cast, and on Lanier, like, you got to hit them on the head, or they're not going to swim 10 feet off the pile and go get it. So you could pull up to an area with 50 fish, throw, they just miss it a little bit, pull the school back to the boat, and then you're like, all right, let's go. And I've had people from all over that are like, there's 100 fish here, why are we leaving? I'm like, they don't
understand the spotted bass pack mentality and all that.
Yeah. And guiding's expensive. Like, you beat your boat up. You put a lot of hours on your motor. Gas is expensive right now. Oil's expensive. You got to do all your maintenance, and you got insurance and all sorts.
Tackle's
of stuff.
expensive.
Not as easy as just dumping in.
Quickies are $250 a pop.
Yeah.
Well, have you had somebody blow out one of your reels yet? Just absolutely, they backlash the hell out of it.
Not really. No.
Okay, that's good. That's good, because I think about how much line a guide goes through in a year. Not everybody's got a line sponsor, which leads us into War Eagle's next question. Are you going to pick up a lot of sponsors to be able to fish the elites? And what's your plan with sponsors? How are you approaching it right now?
I have a couple for this year. I wanted to give a shout out to them real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Electric. I don't know if David Shepard's watching. David Shepard Construction up on Lake Burton, and then Seagar. So I hopefully have a couple in the works. I'll know, come August, September. But lucky to have what I have right now, and a lot of my own stuff is paid for out of my own pocket. So traveling gets expensive. So hopefully find something here, because I don't know how a lot of these guys do 2 divisions of opens, let alone just one.
Well, kind of give me just a rough estimate of the cost of 1 year fishing the opens, trying to get and throw the EQs in.
Throw the EQ,
because you're going to make it.
The entry fees alone, the opens are $8,000 for one division. That's 4 events, $2,000 per event, and then the EQs are $9,500 for 3. So you're looking at $18,000 just about in entry fees alone. And then on top of that, the lodging, the gas, and everything. So probably EQs and all that, 30 plus.
It's an expensive dream.
It's a very expensive dream, and it's getting tougher for a lot of people to reach, just because how expensive things are getting right now. And like, you see it with the pro circuit, like the MLF pro circuit, they started with a full field, and now they're down 40, 50 guys. They don't have full fields anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you're right. The expense. That was the one thing I took away from good grief, Jason Johnson, when he was trying to do the FLW and all that. He bought a bigger truck so he could sleep in the truck.
Yeah,
camp in the truck.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And he's a big dude. He's like 6'6", 6'7". So he got him a big truck, but he was like, they're eating peanut butter and jelly. Everybody thinks they're all out there at these Airbnbs partying all the time. And then maybe your top, not everybody's eating like Patrick Walters. We talked about that the other day, but it is, and if you ain't got your heart into it, you're just throwing that money away.
Yeah, you're throwing it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see real quick. Let's see. Tom says, I love guide fishing, meeting good fishermen and fishing with fishermen and wanting to learn. Most want to learn cold fronts. Yeah, I mean, you want to learn the weather, the tactics, and all that for sure. Tackle is definitely expensive. Tungsten is going away. Get it now if you use it for sure. And that's another cost thing. And strength and materials being used in data centers and AI. And I guess that's where a lot of it's going to for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we have a crazy tungsten shortage right now. If you guys
Hmm.
have noticed, tungsten's out of stock everywhere because a lot, 99% of it's coming out of China, and they're withholding that for stuff like that right now. So
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. I know we talked about like companies like Picasso that used to have a lot of tungsten product. They're doing away with that and
yeah,
everything. You got a job tomorrow. You guiding tomorrow? What are you doing?
I am guiding tomorrow and Thursday, and then heading up to Watts Bar for the weekend. So
Okay, all right. Well, listen. Let me read. Let me read. Oh yeah, Mike can hook this up. I'd like to meet Damian, maybe hit the water with some Fishco products and see if we can put anything together if he has some room. Looking to possibly add some guys on with Cole Sands and Bill Payne with Fishco and Tackle Barn Outdoors. I talked to him about that today. I would tell you, Jamie, this would be a good guy. He's very good. And, they got the merchant baits and all that. I forget what you called them, Jamie. I apologize. I know you said it to me. That would be a good relationship to have. But since you got to work, I'm going to let you go a little bit. I know I appreciate the time that you gave us. You guys come on late at night and you got to get up early in the morning. Clint's got to go to work and all that. I'm the only guy that walks 4 feet to the office, from the bedroom to the office like that. So I appreciate you coming by. When's the next event so we can keep up with you?
my next event,
Yeah.
my next event would be the Champlain one at the end of July. So got a
Okay.
little bit of a lull in events. Gonna try to hop in some local, maybe see if there's any in like North Carolina or South Carolina or something.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm looking forward to getting up north for sure, and just from here until I leave for Champlain, guiding a lot more. So, but
Okay. Oh yeah. Okani means money in Japanese. Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. I remember you saying that. You going to ICAST?
I'm not going to ICAST, but yeah, Jamie, I'd love to talk to you, man. If you reach out, if you have like Instagram, my Facebook Messenger is not working right now for until it's like July 1st. I got booted off for some reason. Um, so Instagram is DS Bass Guide, or yeah, that's probably the best place to
Yeah, and
reach
if
me there
if
right
y'all
now.
if y'all can't hook up, Jamie, I'll get you in touch with him and all that for sure, like that. So with that, and listen, dude, I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to go to work. So I appreciate you coming on, and it's always a good time when you're on the show. And
Yeah, thanks.
you're one of the few that will throw it out there. I'm not hiding nothing. It's just what I do. So,
Hmm.
and of course, we're gonna look forward to watching you make the EQs and then make the elites. I think it'd be awesome and all that. So with that, we're gonna go. Clint, appreciate you and your love mood lighting for tonight and your food and everything. It was a wonderful experience. I'm gonna go up to the Dollar General and buy me some Little Debbie Swiss rolls, put them in the freezer. If we take anything
Nice.
from the night, we will do that. What's this last comment? Barnes just scheduled the season finale on the 20th. Are you fishing, Damien?
I didn't even see that. Yeah, probably I didn't see that. So
Okay, yeah, for sure. So, anyway, all right, guys, we're going to let you go. Go catch the end of the Braves game. You guys go to sleep and all that. We appreciate you joining us. I believe Alex I know he's got a show tomorrow night. Do you remember who he's got on for the Tupperware gang?
I haven't looked on
Okay,
Facebook. Sorry.
gotcha.
Sorry, Alex.
Alex, yeah, I don't remember either. And I've got Tom Mann's going to be my guest Thursday night. So, we're going to,
That'll be cool.
yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to pick his brain and all that. So, you guys be good.